I'm back, and right now we just got a bunch of information from Matt, and we are going to find a way to distract the violinist from his violin case so we can see what's inside, and we're thinking the purse is inside, but we're not quite sure. Also, he gives a tip on how to unlock or pick a lock is to go to Matt's mother, since she has a bunch of hairpins, and we can use that. So we're on a good start. I mean, last episode was pretty bad. I mean, it was like 16 minutes of just walking around because we had no idea, or I had no idea what we're supposed to do. And little did we know that in the front of the back of the train there was a toolbox, and that was triggered pretty much everything we needed. Anyways, now that we've gotten that taken care of, we're going to continue on with the story, and hopefully we will have some interesting things going on. Okay, so let's get started. Let's examine the violin case, I guess, or...
I doubt the violinist will let me have a look in his case. Excuse me, sir. About the purse.
Ah, yes? Has it been found?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you whether you might have noticed anything on the platform.
Ah, well...
Why did you think I was accusing you?
Well, I thought, because you mentioned my violin case in the context of the purse.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarneri.
Very valuable.
Very. And also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air? May I ask you to open the violin case?
No, you may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
He's gonna pull the warrant card.
That's a good trip.
Thank you.
I always hate that. Alright, well, I'm gonna open the window again. See if it'll let me. Yes. Take that.
What are you doing? Didn't I make myself clear? The window stays closed.
The window stays
You're
open.
not alone on this train. I want the window open.
Swiss politeness doesn't seem to be what it used to be. I'm not going to catch a cold because of you. Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Dang it. I thought that was gonna be my chance. Go back. We're gonna open it up one more time. Hopefully this will...
That makes no sense. The violinist would close the window immediately, and I wouldn't have enough time to search.
That's a good point. Let's see if Matt can do something.
All right, Matt. Tell me now. The violinist won't let me check his violin case.
Of course he won't. He's hiding something. Should I distract him? Then you can have a look in his case.
What do you suggest?
I could tell him there's a suitcase full of money in the next carriage. If he's a thief, he'll definitely want to take a look at it.
I don't think he'll fall for that.
Or I could insult him and then run away. He'll try to catch me, and you'll have a chance to look in that violin case.
Now that I think about it, this is something I have to attend to on my own. It would be expecting a bit much from a little boy.
Little boy? You must be kidding.
Sorry, Sheriff, but your idea about distracting him is good all the same. So long.
So longer.
So let's go talk to Matt's mom, and we will see if she can give us one of her hairpins or something like that. We can pick a lock.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
Of course not, madam.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
So let's use this hairpin on the lock.
And suddenly, it's me who's the thief on the train. Whoops. That was easier than expected. Batteries, a toothbrush, shaving brush, but not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
I know where this is going. That key's probably for the toolbox out in the back of the train. And we'll use the key.
That's it. There we go. This should help.
And we'll go back and try to use that. Looks like pliers, yeah. And we'll use them to pick the lock. Or not to pick the lock, but turn the knob in. What are we doing right now? Okay, go back.
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
This poor guy's been waiting here the whole time.
Hello?
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
Ah.
Are you okay?
Yes, fine.
I'd like to have a look around the compartment.
Oh, of course.
Was that intentional? That his hat fell off, or did it just kind of happen?
I really wonder what the professor is hiding from me. But I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s.
So we are in the 60s.
Whoa. You have a very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
No, nothing interesting. The Bible, Grimm's fairy tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics. Professor Lucien?
Yes?
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Maybe The constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor could have locked it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor. So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien. Oh, nothing.
Well, good.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment, and he climbed out the window, where's he gone? Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
Well, I say we go to that ladder that's in between the trains and see if you can climb that.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, there he is.
We could have used you a few minutes ago.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go back to that guy. A few minutes ago, more like half an hour ago. Let's see. Let's go see. Where has he gone?
The violinist is uncooperative. I'm not authorized. I have to come up.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the ladder. Actually, let me talk to this guy. Okay, too late. That's right, I have some more knowledge, so I can talk to
Inspector Legrand?
Legrand.
Anything to report?
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
All right. We should... What?
The light's gone out.
Flashlights! Ah! Get off me!
There, sir. An envelope.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box. R.
What the dickens? It's a...
Away with it! Take cover!
really didn't see that coming at all.
Oh dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt? Quick thinking. Well done, Zellner.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's a fire up ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But sir...
The fire will consume all the oxygen.
He's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
I understand.
I'll see to the passengers. They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go out.
Let's get to it.
Hold on, I just realized something. The music was off. Anyways, thank you for that mistake. That was pretty intense. Poor Zellner.
Oh, pardon me. I did not mean to scare you.
What are you doing here, Doctor?
Legrand asked me to check whether there are any passengers left on the train.
Really? No one is here, except for me and you.
Excellent. Then I will continue searching at the front.
Did anyone act suspiciously before the explosion? Did anyone leave their seat, for example?
I was the only one on the train who wasn't seated when the freight car exploded. Thank God. Otherwise, I would have been caught by the blast as well.
You certainly were lucky.
Perhaps I was. What happened over there? The inspector said something about gas canisters that exploded.
I'll say yes, it was gas cancer.
If Inspector Legrand says so, it must be so, right?
I have been to war, and this was no minor explosion. I rather doubt that the freight car was packed to the roof with gas canisters.
The investigations are ongoing, but first we have to get the burning train out of the tunnel.
Of course.
How are the passengers?
They are in a state of shock, of course. The blackout and the sudden stop were frightening enough, but then the explosion, the dust. Everyone rushed for the exits. I was helping the American woman bring Lady Westmacott to safety. They are waiting outside in the tunnel. One entrance is blocked by a fire, and the other one seems to have collapsed.
Continue to search the train. I'll decouple the buried freight car.
All right.
Doctor, can you give me a few matches?
Oh, certainly.
Thanks. I'll meet you outside.
Do hurry.
Well, this seems very strange. Alright, so let's go decouple the train. How do I do that? Climb off the train.
I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing. There's a noticeable draft here. Maybe it's because of the fire, or perhaps there's still a hole through which the air is coming. The latter will be quite welcome, It will buy us some more time. The inspector's trap failed. The thief must have got wind of it. Worse than that, he turned the tables. To win a game of cat and mouse, you have to know who is the cat and who is the mouse. I can feel cold metal and a screw thread, and a lot of grease. But I can't do more without light. I can feel,
Come on, just get me back. There we go. He said something about a ladder, so...
The wheels came off the track during the explosion. Even if it were possible to pull the car out of the rubble, you wouldn't get far with it. The tunnel may very well have collapsed. It's difficult to see much because of the darkness and dust, but something certainly crushed the rear of the freight car. Whiskey, scotch, rum, liqueurs, enough to entertain everyone on the train all the way from Paris to Istanbul. High-proof rum. Could be useful.
See if I can use this.
I expect the rum will burn like ethanol, but I better not test that. I shouldn't be wasteful.
So let me see if I can find like a... why'd you do that?
My God, what a fire. I hope Constable Oliver can at least reach the engine.
Maybe if I can find like a piece of cloth or something like that, I can... Maybe...
A lot was damaged by the sudden stop, but the bowl was thick enough to survive the fall. The chair either fell over thanks to the sudden stop, or an escaping passenger knocked it over. Wanting to get off the train as quickly as possible after a sudden stop and a massive tremor, that's understandable.
Okay, so I can take the curtain and use it with the bottle, probably somehow. Let's go back.
That should do it. Can't really say the fabric was eager to soak up the rum. I, on the other hand, soaked up enough in my fingers to smell like a drunk.
And maybe I can use this. Alright, let's light another match. And we'll use the burning match with...
Even if I could set the fabric alight, how would I carry the fire? The last of the candy has vanished, Measured against the exploding freight car, I think the railway will overlook the loss.
So why don't I just put this inside there?
The last of the... I shouldn't be... That'll get me something like a Molotov cocktail. I want light, but I don't want it to come from a wall of flames.
Let's see if there's something else I can do. If I can get out of here. Okay, here we
I
go.
should concentrate on uncoupling the... I should... It's not but...
I'm almost pretty much certain that
Carling Black Label, a British beer. No good. Insufficient for practical purpose. Champagne. Maybe we'll open a bottle if we get out of... I expect the rum.
Let me go back outside and see if I can use that cloth somewhere.
There's a pretty intense draft here. It's still quite warm and too warped to open.
Maybe I should take a pill, I don't know.
Pills for my heart. I'm supposed to take one if I have pain. I haven't. I bought it last week. It was some matches. A fine but rather heavy probably doesn't burn easily, like the tablecloths. Safety regulations require it, which, given the presence...
Let me see if I can get a hint somewhere. Let me go back into the freight car. I mean, not the freight car, just the regular dining car. Look out the window.
I don't see Legrand or the constable, but I can make out the silhouettes of some of the passengers. They seem to be unscathed. All the same, the fire is getting...